Hey guys, so we're back again with another reading, and this one is all about your July forecast. So we're going to figure out what's going on in the month of July for you guys, whether it has to do with money, love, career, friends, family, literally anything. We're going to get all those predictions for you guys and figure out what Spirit wants you to know for the month of July. Although if for some reason you're watching this at some point in the future and you felt called to this reading, you can definitely use it as just what's going to happen in the next month ahead, or what kind of guidance do you need right now kind of reading. So with that being said, I also have my Patreon up and I post additional content over there. I just posted an extended reading over there and the day before all about what's changing in your life. So definitely check those out if you guys like my readings and you want more of my content. That's where you can find it at the link in my description, Patreon of me, Briar Rose. So check out my Patreon, you guys. And if you want to book a reading with me one-on-one, you also can do that at the link in my description, briarrosetarot.com. Although I am booked for the rest of the month, but I have some openings next month. So if you guys want a slot with me, definitely make your appointment, get in there, make that reservation, and we can do that one-on-one focused reading on you. So with that being said, I'm going to show you guys the numbers on each of the piles. So we are starting off with pile 1, then we have number 2, number 3, and number 4. So if you guys need more time to decide, you can totally feel free to rewind, pause, and take as much time as you need. But we are going to go ahead and jump into pile 1. Hey, pile 1, so for your tarot, you guys got the Chariot, 3 of Pentacles, the Star, 7 of Swords reversed, 2 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Swords. So something is moving ahead for you guys this month that you guys have really wanted to move ahead for a long time. It feels like there's finally some momentum and some clarity, and you guys kind of know what direction to head. And I feel like that gives you a big burst of energy. With whatever this is. It's something that you guys are focused on and you're pushing on, and honestly it feels like a relief to me because I feel like for a long time you guys have been kind of lost or worried about a certain issue and not sure what direction to take. This month you guys are going to get that direction and you're going to finally know which way to go. You're going to finally figure it out. It might require some thinking or even learning, researching with that 3 of Pentacles. So you might have to like do some research, be looking things up online, but I feel like you guys are going to get that idea or that mental clarity of, okay, I need to head this direction, and then you're going to start working on it. And I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be making a lot of progress on this. It feels like you guys this month are kind of just resigned to like, I know I'm going to have to work hard on this. Whatever this is, it's going to take a lot of my energy, but I'm okay with that. Like it feels like you guys are pushing ahead on something in a very disciplined type of way. We did get the Knight of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. So I feel like you're not afraid of hard work this month, and you're pushing. And I feel like you're making very, very positive forward momentum. Like whatever you're working on, they are telling me that whether you can see it yet or not, that it is really moving forward really strongly. You might not be able to see it because I'm almost getting that for some of you guys, this is going to come through in a burst, or like you're working on it for a while and you might not see that momentum. You might not be able to see the progress, but then suddenly, boom, something switches and like overnight, whatever this situation is resolves or comes to some kind of conclusion. And I feel like some of you guys have had people coming against you with that 7 of Swords, people who are haters, people who dislike you, and that energy feels like it does continue, but I feel like you guys get a lot more mental clarity on how you're going to deal with it. You understand, like I feel like this is a learning month for you guys in so many ways. It feels like your mind is on point, and honestly, for some of you guys, you've been thinking almost too much. Like your mind has been in overdrive, not sure what to do about a certain situation, maybe some sleepless nights, trying to figure something out, going over and over it in your mind and turning it over a million ways and still being not sure of how to proceed. And I feel like this month you're going to get that clarity on how to think things over, and you kind of also understand that worrying isn't going to add to it, and that the only thing you can do is keep a positive attitude. And something about you guys containing draining your energy, people leeching off your energy, people getting energy from you. They like to see you worried and stressed out, is what I'm hearing. They enjoy getting you in a tizzy or freaking you out or making you nervous, or like they enjoy having that power over you because you guys are the star. You guys are very powerful. And so they enjoyed kind of siphoning that away and getting to see you like feathers ruffled, upset, whatever. And I feel like you guys just learn to contain that, and you learn that you're not going to give your energy away and you're going to keep it directed towards this task. And so that's where I think we see this energy shift towards just positive forward momentum, because Spirit is telling me that you guys are a powerhouse. You guys are capable of doing whatever you want. And once you put your mind to something, it's like it's done. Like no one should bet against you, but people have been, and that's their mistake. And they can get all the karma and all the bad things associated with that. But for a lot of you guys, you are the kind of person that when you want to get something done or when you have your mind set, it's basically over. And I feel like you've been directing that towards some of these Seven of Swords energies. You've been letting them get to you and get under your skin. And now that's done. I'm hearing that for some of you guys, like there's a lot of jealousy around you guys because you guys are so powerful. There's a lot of people that wish they could be in your like attention, and when they can't get that, they're going to try to get negative attention to you. And they kind of like the idea of treating you badly because they feel powerless when they compare themselves to you, because you guys are so amazing. So they want to kind of bring you down and try to make you feel powerless so they can feel better. And I feel like you guys are going to like identify this as what it is and then kind of reel your energy back in. And then once you guys are decided on this and you are sure of what it is you want and how you're gonna like channel your energy into this, like I said, it's going to be so amazing and so productive, and you guys are going to get so much done. And also, this is a great month for some of you guys for love. I'm seeing a youngish brown-haired guy, kind of tall, very kind of disciplined type energy with that Knight of Pentacles. This is probably someone who, you know, make sure their bills are paid first before they go out and spend a lot of money at the club, you know, someone who is maybe a businessman or someone who's just takes their career very seriously, very disciplined, a go-getter kind of energy. And I feel like this person is noticing you. They might not necessarily approach you, but I'm seeing them look at you and have a crush on you, smile, making eye contact, and you notice them around. And whether they approach or not, this person definitely has you on their mind. So for a lot of you guys, if you've been wanting romance, this is a great month for that. This is a great month to be open and just let that energy come in, and yeah, don't run away from it is what I'm hearing. So let's get more cards for pile one. Spirit, can you tell me what else is coming in for pile one for the month of July? Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. Wow, okay, so abundance, heart home, compassion. Okay, so some of you guys, again, like I said, you're moving homes. Some of you guys are going to be moving, packing up your stuff, and it's going to take a lot of planning. And I feel like this is more the time of planning, not so much the actual move. Some of you guys might be moving, but for a lot of you guys, I feel like this is the time and the energy of getting your ducks in a row, getting things lined up. And again, for those of you guys who are working on this project, you should know that it is going to pay off in the end. Again, I feel like some of you guys have been in a pessimistic energy for a while. You haven't been seeing the results, even though you've been working hard at it. But I feel like this month, something switches in your brain and you kind of commit to it and you realize that you just have to keep going and that it is going to go ahead. And then there's some breakthrough. I'm not seeing it happen this month, not going to lie. I'm seeing it happen more in August, September, but there's something that happens a little bit later on and you're like, wow, this is exactly what I wanted. Some kind of a move forward that's going to happen, I'm hearing, within the next 3 months for you guys. But I don't know if it's necessarily going to happen immediately, but you start to understand the game. Like, I'm just going to keep pushing with this energy. I'm going to keep resonating with this energy, and I know it's going to pay off sooner or later. And once you guys get that, I feel like a lot of this tension that you've been feeling a little defeated or wondering why you've been stuck in this situation, starts going away, and it starts clicking in your head and making sense to you. Let me get some more cards for pile one. Spirit, can you give us clarity for pile one and what's happening for them in July? Stranger curiosity. I'm telling you, there is this guy who really has a big crush on you guys. I'm seeing him noticing you around, and Yeah, it's like he's very intrigued by you. His energy field is very intrigued. I don't feel like you guys have necessarily spoken to him, or if you have, you haven't exchanged that much information. It would be even a quick conversation, or even just something like hello, hi, and like passing each other. But I feel like this person is very intrigued, and either you're going to run into them again this month, or maybe they'll be brave enough to actually approach you for conversation. But I feel like you are on a lot of people's eyes. Again, you guys are the star, and I feel like a lot of people are noticing you this month. A lot of people have you on their radar for good or bad. There is that jealousy swirling around you, but also there's this sense of, like I said, curiosity in a good way, wanting to know you more, wanting to see more of you. Some of you guys are planning a trip to I'm seeing like a spiritual destination. Wherever you're going to get spiritual downloads and knowledge this month. You're going to have some time alone, and Spirit is saying don't be afraid to spend time alone on this trip, because actually I feel like this can be a very healing, leveling up type of time for you guys. And so if you have an opportunity to, like, if you're traveling with a group, to sneak away from the group and go, spend time alone by the ocean, or walking alone in the mountains or something. Obviously look after your safety, but I feel like a lot of you guys, you will get some downloads from Spirit during this time. Honestly, I feel like a lot of you guys are leveling up rapidly this month and just gaining more clarity about how to handle your energy, because what Spirit is telling me, they just keep saying that you guys have been giving away your energy very freely to people, even without knowing it. You guys have been, even you're not trying to do it, you're not consciously aware of this, but even getting mad or allowing someone to ruin your day is giving them that power. And it's not to say we don't stand up for ourselves, but learning to seize our energy back, or saying mantras in the morning like, all my energy, I do not allow anyone to take any energy away from me without my permission, or saying that as a mantra, no one can take energy from me without my permission today. Saying that when you wake up or something, because I feel like these people, that's what they crave, is your energy. You guys don't understand what a bright light you guys are, and you guys don't understand how precious that energy is. People want it for good in a positive way. They're like, oh, I wish I could have some of that, but they also are jealous of you. The lower vibrational people that are coming from a place of jealousy, they also are seeing your energy and wanting it in a negative way. So this is a factor that I think you guys are going to start to learn to limit, and it's not going to bother you as much if these people are going to come against you, because you're focused with your eyes on the prize, and your guides are really happy about that. Yeah, and this one almost just fell out, and it says transmuting pain. And I feel like also that's what you guys are doing. You're taking this rejection or this nastiness that these people might have directed at you and turning it into a really positive thing. And with Feast of Plenty this month, there's so much opportunity for growth, for finances. I feel like you guys are getting divine downloads about that as well. Maybe someone giving you business ideas, your spirit guide's giving you business ideas, or something about how to make more money, or about how to maximize your financial situation. This is a great money month for you guys, and it feels like you guys in this pile are very on point, like my business ladies or businessmen in this pile, because I'm just seeing a lot of focus on that. Like, you guys feel very ambitious and goal oriented. Let me get more cards for pile one. What's going on in the month of July, Spirit? What's going on in the month of July for pile one? Wood nymph beauty. I'm telling you guys, see, this is where all that jealousy that I'm getting comes in. You guys are beautiful. So many people have noticed that about you. A lot of people, wow, a lot of people have you on their mind because of that. And also because you're not just looks, you're also have this success energy, and you guys are also very pure. That's the thing. You're very pure-hearted. And I feel like a lot of people, they wish they could have these qualities that you have. And it's like they would literally probably, sell their soul to get the level of success, beauty, all these gifts that you have been given from God, and they are so jealous that you have these things effortlessly, and that you're also a good person. You never had to stab someone in the back. You never had to be nasty. You never had to be evil to get it. You're just naturally this way, and these people can't stand it. They don't understand why you guys get to have everything, and they feel like they're losers in comparison. So understand where this motivation is coming from, and I think this is what is happening this month, is it's clicking for you why they are so so nasty to you. It's finally going to make sense to you of like, this is a compliment, even though it doesn't feel like that. And I'm not trying to say, hey, it's no big deal, or just get over it, or it's fine that they're acting this way. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying for you, understanding that it is a recognition of your power. It is a recognition of your success and the potential that these people see in you. Because especially with the star card, that's kind of a card about potential and the future and keeping your eyes on that prize. And that's what people can see about you, is this potentiality, where you guys are headed. It might not be where you're at now, but it's where you're going to be in the future. And again, the pure soul you guys have keeps you being spiritually blessed. So this month, I just think you're getting the understanding of like, this is how I need to deal with these people. I'm not going to let them get under my skin anymore. I'm not going to let them get to me. And that's it. It's over. A lot of you guys are building success this month. You're building your finances. And like I said, within the next 3 months, that's really going to pay off. There's going to be some breakthrough happening that you're building towards this month. And it might happen for some of you, since this is a general reading this month, but honestly, for a lot of you guys, I'm seeing it happen not necessarily in July, but more so maybe in August or September. But there's a breakthrough coming that I feel like is going to be so amazing. And you guys are going to understand all the work, and why you were in 10 of Wands energy for a long time is because you needed to push and you needed to master this energy before you could reach the next level. So when that level comes, it's going to be so much sweeter. So let me get some more cards for pile 1. Spirit, can you please tell me what's going on for pile 1 in July? Gates of Triumph. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is a big month for you guys. Staying focused. Yes. Rejuvenating rain, clear the past, heal the present, and fellow travelers' support is all around you. So honestly, this is all about you guys retaining your focus, because I'm hearing that some of these guys have taken your focus off of it. Some of them have wanted to derail you. They've wanted to sabotage you, even subconsciously. They don't realize they're doing this, but they're threatened by your success. They see you as having this endless potential, and they wish that could be them. They wish they could have the opportunities, the presence, and the amazing beauty that a lot of you guys have, just on a pure physical level and also soul level as well. So there's a lot of nastiness and jealousy and whatever. And they've been doing this subconsciously to try to derail you. And now you guys realize that you have the power to, at any moment, seize your focus and turn it back to what you want to focus on. Turn it back to your goals. Turn it back to what you need to be working on. And that is going to pay off so much. A lot of you guys are going to have massive success coming in very soon. If you're not there, happening this month, it is going to happen very soon. And when it does, you're going to understand all of this happened to prepare you. All of this happened to make you realize the power of your own energy, and that you do create your own reality, and that your level of focus and attention and the power you guys have innately in you is unstoppable when you direct it and channel it in the right way. That's why there might have been a bit of a holdup on some of these things you guys are working on. And I feel like you guys do get a breakthrough this month. Certain things move ahead, or if it's not this month, like I said, it would be next month. But this is the energy that's coming in, is some kind of a breakthrough, some kind of a moving ahead. And honestly, this month, it feels like you guys are just so determined. You're so fixed on this. You guys are just gaining momentum. I'm seeing a car that like starts barreling down a hill, or a wheelbarrow or something that's going down the hill, and it starts off with some speed, someone pushes it and it's going a little fast, but then it just gets so fast and almost out of control with the energy in a good way. Like, that's the energy you guys are building towards this success. Yeah, I think this is a really positive time for you guys. And you guys are being supported, I think, from the other side. And so they are saying that if you want help with this, with like protecting your energy, if you feel that these people are really feeding off your energy and you're sick of it, or whatever situation you feel it's really difficult for you to deal with, it's okay to ask your ancestors, your guides, your angels to intervene and block these people's energies from you, to protect your energy. It's okay to say things like, I am divinely protected. No one can take any of my energy without permission. It's okay to set up those boundaries, because a lot of people are going to want access to you and do want access to you. But this month, honestly, I feel like also some of you guys are going to have time for pleasure. It's like you're working hard on what you want. And a lot of you guys, again, there's some logistics that need to be figured out, is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing someone researching at a computer and looking things up and getting things aligned. But also, there's this great opportunity for love and connection this month. So, for a lot of you guys, you are going to be flirting or beginning this relationship with this dark haired guy. And I think Spirit also wants you to know not to be afraid to go out, meet up with like a friend, have a drink, or be out socializing to give yourself this opportunity for the energy to come in. I feel like for some of you guys, the way you're bumping into this man is not even necessarily out at a club or anything like that. But I do feel that you want to keep your life a little bit open. You want to keep this room in your life for people to come in, because you guys are very much a powerhouse. When you direct your energy, you can be kind of single-minded. You can be kind of like just only focused on that, because you do have this chariot energy. So pay attention to kind of like making this other room in your life for a little bit of that magic to come in with the love. But this brown haired man is, I almost said black, so maybe some of them have black hair. But he has really noticed you guys, and I'm seeing him just being like so intrigued and being like, who was that? Like, who was that person? And that they have been trying and hoping to run into you again. And they have been thinking on you a lot lately. But I don't know if you guys are as aware of them as they are of you. Let me get some final cards for pile one. What is happening for them in the month of July, Spirit? So we got broken heart, and that's reversed. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Man holding a heart, yep. He has noticed you really strongly, and it's a brown-haired man on that. Journey reversed, rest and rejuvenation. Happy family. And finally, angel of love. So you guys are doing a lot of work on this love sector too. I feel like you guys just need to be a little bit more open. And again, I'm seeing you guys have been so focused on this goal or whatever you guys are going after that you might not have made time for love. And Spirit is saying, just be open to that. It's interesting that we got the second chakra, which is the sacral chakra. So that is about sensuality, and it is about also fear. We carry a lot of fear in that chakra and feelings of unsafety. And Spirit is saying some of you guys have feelings of unsafety, maybe from past trauma or past relationship, that broken heart energy that has led to that chakra being a little bit blocked. And Spirit is like, it's okay to open that up now. It's okay to heal that. And if a relationship comes in that presents itself that feels safe and feels nice and feels beautiful, then for you guys to be open to that, because I do feel like this man, he's giving me a very positive vibe, very positive energy. He feels very disciplined, like kind of like boyfriend material. And if you're a man asking about a woman, it can, or you're interested in women, or if you're interested in women, it can be a woman with brown hair who just feels very disciplined, down to earth, very grounded type energy. But for a lot of you guys who are into men, I am seeing this man as being like a really good long-term potential, like someone who really would respect you and treat you well, and someone who is just respectful and nice, and is going to be a safe person for you guys to kind of explore some love with. So I think Spirit is saying, if this happens and there's a little flirtation going on, don't be closed off, because some of y'all are a little closed off, and some of y'all kind of run off when this happens. Someone flirts with you or someone's into you, and you're like, oh, no, I'm not doing this again. And you guys have got to be a little more open, because I feel like this could be healing, and it's kind of like you don't need to be in survival mode all the time. So I feel like this month also, Spirit wants you to kind of chill a little bit. Make sure you're actively resting. Make sure you're getting your downtime in, because some of you guys are a little bit frazzled stress-wise, probably from those Seven of Swords energies around you. And so a big emphasis for you is on making sure you're taking the time to kind of relax yourself, maybe taking ashwagandha or other adaptogens that can help manage stress as well. But you got to do things to kind of mitigate this, to relax, and to understand that you are divinely protected. And the success or whatever this goal it is that you guys have and that you want, it is going to move ahead. You are going to get the breakthrough on this, and you're going to get all the things you guys want. So I really hope this helped. Pile 1, definitely check out my Patreon if you liked this reading. I have all my additional readings over there. So there's a lot for you guys to choose from. So check it out. Link in my description for that. And if you want that private reading, all my bookings are taken for this month, but I have some openings next month. So check out the link in my bio for that, briarrosetarot.com. And if you guys resonated with this reading, I love hearing from you guys. So definitely let me know in the comments. Make sure to give this reading a big thumbs up, hit that like button, and make sure to subscribe as well and turn the notifications on so you find out as soon as I post. I'm sending you guys so much love, and I'll be back very soon for another reading. So I will see you guys then. Take care of yourselves. Bye. Hey, pile 2. So for your tarot, you guys got the Hanged Man reversed, Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands, the Lovers, 3 of Wands, 9 of Wands, the Empress, and the World. So I don't know if you guys are Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or you're just going to have a hot girl summer, but there's a ton of wand fire energy coming through, and I'm literally seeing hot images in my mind. So like the beach, sand, I'm seeing water dripping down tan skin, bikinis, that kind of a thing. So I'm feeling like you guys are going to take full advantage of this hot July weather that we have in a lot of the world, probably going on vacation, and it probably would be to someplace warm where you can actually enjoy the kind of heat and the weather and the high temperatures. So for a lot of you guys, that's probably some kind of a trip to the beach or just spending time outdoors, especially near water is what I'm seeing. A lot of you guys in this pile are going to be traveling and really enjoying your life this month. It feels like you guys are going to be eating and drinking at nice places, possibly going out with friends a lot, and really indulging a little bit and having fun. You guys are also going to be looking really good this month. We did get the Empress and the Queen of Wands for you guys. So a lot of people are going to be noticing your beauty and how good you look. I'm seeing one person in particular who is a little bit of a player, and a lot of people have probably had crushes on this person. They might be a little bit of a flirt themselves, so it's not out of the blue, but they tend to be a flirt and flirt with anyone, but it's almost like this person only has eyes on you. I'm hearing in my mind that song by Taylor Swift and Rihanna, This Is What You Came For, and the lyrics specifically, but everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. And I'm hearing that that's about that person. So everybody will watch them, but their eyes are on you, and people might be kind of amazed, like, oh, this person usually has this whole like coterie of people who are checking for them and this whole bunch of people that are having crushes on them, but they're constantly staring at you. And people might notice that at like a party or at a crowded bar. Like, what's going on? Why does this guy keep staring at this girl? He usually has, you know, all these different girls he's talking to, but his eyes keep going back to her, and people are aware of this. And I feel like this is a little bit of an ego boost or a flex to you guys. Honestly, a lot of you guys are going to be feeling yourselves really strongly this month, growing in some self-love and looking in the mirror and realizing how sexy and amazing you guys are. So some of you guys might be even trying new fitness routines or doing a glow up with your health or skincare routine or changing something about your physical appearance, but it really feels like you guys are coming into your own and discovering just how attractive you are and doing something to enhance that. So almost like you might have people asking you like, did you get a haircut, or did you dye your hair, or did you get a new wardrobe, or what's going on with you? You look really different. Did you hire a personal trainer or something? Like, I feel like you guys are just going to be having a glow this month, and possibly it has to do with how much fun you guys are having. I just feel like you're going to be kind of in love with the world, and that energy is going to rub off. People are going to be paying attention to how happy you seem, and it's just going to give you an overall glow and this kind of radiance and magnetic energy. Like, you just seem like someone who is hard to get a hold of. A lot of people are going to be kind of thinking that like, oh, they probably have a really booked social calendar, or I bet they're really busy, they might not have time for me. Maybe even you're a little intimidating dating this month, people might be a little intimidated by you, and you might, like, they might tell you later, if they meet you this month, they might tell you later, like, oh, I was so intimidated when I first met you, or like, I thought you were I was afraid you were going to be really mean because I just assumed that from how you looked. Just seemed so confident. You just seemed like the life of the party, something like that, because I feel like you're really going to be feeling yourselves to such an extent, and you're going to have really close friendships this month in particular. They're coming through to me when I see that Lovers card. The energy that it's giving me is the closeness of your friends. If you don't already have that close friend group where everyone just spends so much time together and it feels almost like a family, then I feel like you're going to be meeting people this month, or there's an opportunity for that. But for a lot of you guys, if you do have that really close friend group where you're kind of joined at the hip, or you just trust each other and you guys are really close friends, you're going to be spending a lot of time with them this month. And you guys are going to be going out and enjoying. I'm actually seeing someone like jump over a chain link fence or climb over like into like a no trespassing area. And I'm not saying you guys should ever engage in illegal activity. Of course, I would never endorse that. But I just feel like you guys are kind of going to do some wild things that maybe you laugh about afterwards. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we did that. Or having a wild time, maybe like drinking a little too much and doing something a little crazy. Nothing really horribly bad, but just like wild memories, or like, wow, we really had a blast that summer and we really lived the most of it. I'm seeing someone driving down the highway with like all the windows open, screaming along to music, or, convertible, like letting their hair blow in the wind. I keep seeing that. And I feel like there may be friends with you at that time, because it feels like you're going somewhere and you're just having the time of your life, like summer sunsets, and it just feels like you're so alive kind of vibe. So you guys are going to be having a really amazing summer, honestly. For some of you guys, you're going to get to rest a lot as well. You're going to get to take it easy and even do a little self-care. With the Empress, some of you guys might not have to have jobs this time, or if you do, it gets a little bit easier. If you do have a job and it's really busy, we also got the Nine of Wands, so it could be a situation where you're working hard and playing hard, but the main thing they're bringing up to me is the social life for this pile, and that it's a very active social life. So almost like your time after work is going to matter the most. And I do feel like regardless of if your job is busy, you are going to have some of this downtime, because self-care just really is an emphasis this month. So I feel like however it comes about, you guys are going to be doing face masks, doing your nails, changing something about your appearance, or really pampering yourself this time. And you guys are looking really good. They just want me to mention that like so many people are noticing that. And for a lot of you guys, you're going to be traveling, possibly exploring different cultures. I definitely feel like if you're traveling somewhere, and it makes sense because I know most of the world is going, well, I mean, the Western Hemisphere, right, is going to be in summer. I know, wait, I think I got that wrong. Okay, I know that at least where I am, it's summer, it's warm. And for the rest, other places in the world though, it's winter. I know in Australia it's winter. I don't know exactly where it's delineated. I know I'm an idiot, but so for a lot of people who are in this part of the world, I guess, we're going to be in hot places. And that's the vibe I'm getting for a lot of you guys, is if you're vacationing, you're going to be going to somewhere hot. And I'm seeing images of like Italy and kind of like Capri or Portofino, that kind of a thing, the Amalfi Coast, those kinds of vibes. But I'm also seeing just like a beach and someone laying out on the beach, spending time in the heat in a bathing suit. And it feels like you guys have a ton of confidence, and honestly, you guys are looking really good. So let me get some additional cards for you guys and see what else Spirit wants you to know about the month of July. Spirit, what is happening in the month of July for pile 2? Okay, so we got answering the call, the time is now, narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully, And wise leader, you are a beacon for others. So you guys are definitely going to be the center of attention this month for sure, like I've been saying. And with that narrow pathway, again, I'm seeing just like hot images. To me, that looks like a desert or the canyons. I guess you could be going out west as well, so like the American West or something like that. That kind of hot desert look is definitely could be what I'm seeing as well. So I just am seeing sand. But with answering the call, the time is now. Again, I feel like you guys are realizing that life is short and that you need to squeeze every moment of joy out of it. I'm seeing someone squeeze an orange and getting out like every drop. And I'm also hearing Orange Trees by Marina. And I know the lyrics are like bodies in the heat. I belong by the sea, sitting by the orange trees. And it's such a summery type of song and vibe and vacation type vibe. So it always reminds me of like the sea in Europe, like the Mediterranean Sea and all the countries and cities near there. So that's definitely a strong vibe coming through. Let's see what else Spirit wants to bring up for the month of July for pile 2. We got discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. Vast vistas expand your horizons, and transformation, a fresh way of living emerges. So this is a really exciting time, and some of you guys might find that you're very inspired by your travels this month. And you know, I think that's always one of the best things we can get from traveling, and that's why Sagittarius or the 9th house rules travel, but it also rules philosophy and learning and information in that way. That Jupiter kind of information is because we learn so much from traveling, and we can take so much from how other people live, how other cultures live. And sometimes maybe I'm hearing for some of you guys, if you are traveling, especially to kind of those Mediterranean cultures, one thing that strikes me is the work-life balance that a lot of them have, where they will take siestas or take breaks during the day. And it's not just all about like, oh, I need to make sure I put in my 8 hours and I need to make sure I'm working as hard as I can and making as much money as I can, but it's about living a good life. And maybe that's a lesson some of you guys are going to take with you by the end of this month, is just making sure that like you're living a life worth living. So, you know, maybe being holed up in a cuticle all day is cubicle. Cuticle would be a little small to be holed up in. A cubicle all day would not be the ideal life for a lot of people. And so if that is your life, maybe taking notes of like, wow, I feel so much more relaxed when I'm able to live a lifestyle like this. And how can I work this into my day-to-day life? Or maybe like, you know, I really love the food in these countries and I want to start eating this way more when I get home, maybe eating a Mediterranean diet or something. But I feel like there's stuff you guys are going to be learning on these travels that you're going to keep with you forever and really going to influence you for the rest of your time. So I think it's going to be a very transformational trip, and to keep your eyes open and eyes peeled as far as kind of the influences you see and observe and how you're feeling and all of that. But definitely all eyes are going to be on you guys this trip. So yeah, maybe you'll be flirting with someone local, maybe, you know, maybe kissing someone local or something like that, having a little summer fling. Again, I feel like if, you know, what they're saying is if you do get the opportunity to have like a summer fling, don't feel like, oh, it needs to be so serious. Sometimes you can just have like a fun romance and you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, obviously. So if you're like, yeah, I don't really want to have a serious, physically intimate relationship with this person, then you don't have to. But you can also flirt, or you can enjoy, or you can, you know, kiss someone and just leave it at that. But I feel like you guys are going to be having fun flirting, feeling yourselves. Sometimes just even that flirtation, just having someone flirt with you can kind of give you that little boost that you need that makes you feel good. So I think Spirit is saying enjoy and really pay attention to whatever you guys want and make sure you're doing that. Make sure that you guys are focusing on having the amazing summer that you guys deserve and I think will have. So let's get more cards for pile 3. What's going to happen for pile 3 in the month of July, Spirit? What's going to happen for pile 3 in the month of July? If we can get a card. Okay, so we got Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. perfect storm, the courage to step into life. And I love that card because to me, that's the energy here. Like, I feel like you guys, it does take courage to put ourselves out there. It's a lot easier to kind of stay inside and just in our comfort zone, in our little bubble. And I feel like you guys are really stepping out of that, stepping into life and just enjoying, just putting yourself out there and allowing yourself to get a little vulnerable. Not that you're going to be in some like vulnerable place or something crazy is going to be happening, but just like even just going out and allowing yourself to explore something new can kind of be a vulnerable energy, I guess. Like, we're much more comfortable in our comfort zone. That's hence the name. So we, we know where everything is in like our apartment or in our house, or if we just stay in our neighborhood. But when we're going somewhere totally new, we're kind of, we're in an unfamiliar place. We have to learn everything fresh. And I feel like Spirit is saying, don't be afraid to be brave or to get a little uncomfortable, because almost like this is what you've been waiting for. And I just heard it again. This is what you came for. So it's like, you want to get this excitement. You want to feel those jitters, those butterflies. So if you do have a crush on someone or they're crushing on you and there's this summer flirtation, Spirit just wants me to let you guys know to like go for it and have fun with it. And don't take it so serious. Don't feel like it has to be the most serious thing in the world, because it really doesn't. You can just enjoy yourself. And if it doesn't turn into marriage and like a house and 5 kids, that's okay. Because you'll learn something and you'll take something away from it, whatever it is, and you'll grow from it. And we're put on this life to enjoy, to not have our heart broken, but kind of like to have heartbreak, to feel it all. So yeah, I think you guys are going to be doing that this time. And with Garden of Venus, again, you're looking beautiful and having a lot of this self-care rest energy. Let's see what else is happening for pile 2 in the month of July. So we got Lost Compass, getting back to integrity, Jeweled Web, connectivity, and repairing the veil, forgiveness. So there's a very feminine vibe for my feminines this time. Like, you guys are going to be really just dressing up and really looking really good. They just want me to acknowledge that. Like, I don't know, when I'm seeing someone change their fitness, really buying new clothes, possibly buying like cute underwear or something, which is sometimes a nice thing to do. Like, no one else has to see it, or they can, but even just for ourselves, just wearing something underneath your clothes where you feel sexy can always be a great practice to bring out that kind of Venus energy in ourselves. And I feel like you guys are going to be doing stuff along those lines. Or maybe if you're traveling to somewhere like the south of France or Italy and they have some beautiful local like lingerie, made there or something, and you want to buy some, you can. And of course, if you're not going to France, which most of us probably won't be lucky enough to this summer, but then, maybe just you can still do things to pamper yourself and make you feel good and really enjoy. But it's all about bringing out that energy. And I feel like you guys are going to be making connections this month. So it's a great time for you guys to be social, for you guys to be going out. Your guides really want you to take full advantage of everything, and that this is your time to shine. They just keep mentioning that. So let's see what else Spirit can bring up for us about the month of July. Because Spirit is saying for some of you guys, this is getting back to yourself, because for a while you were kind of like holed up inside, or you felt like you had to be, maybe to be on the spiritual path, like, oh, I can't be going out all the time, I need to buckle down or something like that. And yeah, you're healing. You guys are healing, even though someone might be like, wait, you're healing by going out to a nightclub and drinking a bunch of cosmopolitan cocktails? Like, that doesn't really make sense to me. But for everyone is different, right? And for my fire signs, them in their element is probably going out and exploring and being a little wild. It's not the same as water energy. And so it's not always going to be just like someone sitting in their room meditating, or air energy or pentacle energy. We all have different energies. So a fire sign in their element, yeah, they probably do want to be exploring and adventuring and doing things that people might think of as a little wild. But don't let other people's judgments place that on you, because we all have different ways of moving through the world. So if you feel called to and good when you're going out and socializing and you are a social butterfly, then don't feel like you have to force yourself to be shy or to be an introvert, to be like accepted or to be intelligent or anything like that. Obviously, you can be just as intelligent being an extrovert or being outgoing. As long as you're doing it in like a healthy way from a healthy place, I think it's a beautiful energy. And I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be feeling connected to others. Or if you have been in hermit mode, that's your guides are encouraging you to put yourself out there a little bit, have those conversations with strangers, talk to people, enjoy, experience life basically, and have fun and know that you're protected. So your guides will be with you. So like, don't be afraid, even if you are traveling to somewhere new. Always, of course, look after your safety and stuff, but your guides are like, we're going to protect you. So if you're like, oh, I don't want to get my heart broken again, or if you're nervous about getting back out there, like, just know that you're protected and that you're being looked after. So let's get more cards. What's happening for pile 2 in the month of July, Spirit? Willow Spirit, flexibility, Mystic Meadow, sanctuary, and Starry Night, acceptance. So some of you guys are going to be traveling to a meadow, and I'm seeing someone pack up a picnic basket actually, and like filling it with different like sandwiches and chips and nice little things to eat, maybe some olives, maybe a little bottle of wine or rosé. But some of you guys are actually going to be going on a picnic. And I feel like, again, if you live in a place with nice temperatures, and also this could apply to people who are going through fall right now, because I've done picnics in the fall and I absolutely love them. Maybe I'll post a photo on my Instagram. You guys should follow me on Instagram, by the way. Link in my description for that if you want to see what I am up to. But I love a fall picnic. I love a picnic any time of year. And so wherever you are in the world, I feel like you can definitely enjoy going to a scenic location and, you know, taking out the food and sitting in nature and just enjoying. And it's really nice when you can go with some friends and, you know, have that glass of rosé or white wine or whatever the case may be, and just kind of relax and be surrounded by nature. It's such a beautiful energy and feeling. And so I really feel like a lot of you guys are going to be going on a picnic, and like I said, a road trip as well, possibly staring up at the night sky and really taking that time out to like appreciate and enjoy the wonders of this world. There's also some strong Taurus energy in this pile too, like enjoying the finer things in life and also the natural beauty around you guys. Some of you guys are also going to be doing things that would involve flexibility, like yoga or Pilates. Again, I'm seeing for a lot of you guys, you're changing your workout routine up, and you are going to be finding a workout routine that you really enjoy and can stick to, because I'm hearing for some of you guys, you haven't been able to stick to it. But this new one, I feel like you guys are going to really feel like you found the routine for you and that it really works, that you're really happy with it, and it allows you to have the kind of physical appearance that you like to have. So whatever that may be for you, this is going to be that energy that allows you to stay in that and to enjoy things. And I just heard there's 2 bears on there, and I heard like a big teddy bear. So I don't know if you guys have a teddy bear or something like that, or some of you guys are going to be with someone who is like a big teddy bear, like maybe someone in your friend group, or it could be this person who's the big flirt. But I feel like you guys are going to have multiple admirers. Some of you guys are going to meet some older man, I feel, who you're not necessarily going to be attracted to, or older woman if you're into women. But they kind of have a crush on you and kind of look out for you, but I don't feel like they're too creepy. So it feels like it's okay. It's not like they're doing anything weird, but you are on the eyes of so many people that are noticing you and just kind of admiring you and just thinking how beautiful you are. And some of you guys, the energy you carry is very light, very kind of whimsical, and very like just taking in the beauty of this world, almost Libran type energy. And so people are just going to be admiring you and the grace with which you carry yourself, and also the self-care stuff you're doing, like the beautiful clothes you're wearing and your just how you look in general, your makeup, your body, all of that. Let me get more cards, some final cards. What's going to be happening in the month of July for pile 2, Spirit? Yep, we got rest and rejuvenation, 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, which is the 3rd eye. And then we got 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel, the throat chakra. And we got Angel of Strength. So you guys are truly surrounded by angels. Like I said, you are highly protected right now. And this is a perfect time for you guys to do some rest and rejuvenation, and just know that, like, even if you feel a little nervous about where you're, like, maybe it's like, oh gosh, I haven't been on vacation in a while and I'm getting back at it and it's giving me nerves, or I've been holed up inside all winter and now I'm kind of nervous to be out again. Like, know that you're protected and not to worry, and your guides, your angels are for sure surrounding you guys so strongly. So you will be okay. Your schedule might be a little tied up and a little busy, but there is going to be plenty of downtime within that. So it feels like you're just enjoying having your schedule the way it is like this. And again, so many people are noticing and admiring you. I'm hearing your skin has a really beautiful glow to it at this time. So I don't know if it's different skincare or you're using different perfume and you smell really good, but a lot of people are noticing this about you guys. So yeah, what a fun, beautiful month for you guys to be having. This is a lovely energy for you guys to just really enjoy yourselves and enjoy the good things in life this month and take full advantage of it. Some of you guys are also going to be going to amusement parks, because I just saw that in my mind. But whatever you're doing, I can tell it's going to be an amazing time. You guys are going to be the life of the party this summer. So enjoy yourselves, pile two, and it just sounds like a total blast. So let me know how it resonates in the comments. I'd love hearing from you guys. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit the like button, and subscribe. Make sure you have notifications on so you find out as soon as I post. And if you want to see more of my readings, check out my Patreon, link in my description for that, where I post all my other additional readings. I just posted one all about what's changing in your life. And if you want a private reading with me, you can also book that at briarrosetarot.com. Link in my description for that as well. I think I'm booked up this month, but I have some openings for next month. So make your appointment and we can get you in there and get you squared away. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I hope you all have an amazing day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, pile three. So for your tarot, you guys got the Four of Wands, Strength, Seven of Pentacles, Judgment card reversed, Three of Cups reversed, Page of Swords, Nine of Cups reversed, and the King of Pentacles. So a lot of you guys might be going to a big party or a wedding this month, and I feel like it would involve seeing a lot of old friends and having conversations that you might not have seen in a long time, might not have had those conversations in a while. A lot of catching up to do, and I'm seeing some kind of a correspondence definitely come in this month with someone from your past. So I don't know if it's at the wedding you run into someone you haven't seen in a minute and there's like some intense kind of catch up going on, or someone's going to reach out to you out of the blue. But it feels like this is someone that you're going to be excited but surprised to hear from or talk to, and that it's been a minute. Like, there's a lot to say and a lot that was left unsaid, or a lot that you just need to catch up on, that like your lives, you're not quite sure of what's been going on with them, and vice versa. So I feel like there's something impactful in that conversation that's going to happen. But for a lot of you guys, that might be a wedding. I am seeing a wedding, or it could be a big party, or just going out with friends, spending time drinking with them and enjoying yourself, having a good time. Definitely that's the energy this July. I am also seeing an outdoor barbecue for a lot of you guys. So some kind of like outdoor party where there's kind of traditional summer type foods being served. So maybe like watermelon, I don't know, yeah, barbecue, like hot dogs or steaks or that kind of a thing. But it feels like there's a party outdoors and you guys are just having a really great time. A lot of you guys might also be working on your fitness this time and doing some outdoor activities. I'm seeing someone specifically doing kind of things that would build muscles. So not necessarily working out, but like maybe kayaking, or doing like push-ups outdoors, or rock climbing, but it's like an outdoor type activity. It's an outdoor type of sport. And I feel like you guys are definitely working on your fitness this month in particular. And really enjoying being outside. It feels like for some of you guys, you've been holed up for a while and you're just excited to get out there and taking full advantage of summer. But I do feel like for a lot of you guys, this Page of Swords energy is like playing on your mind, where there's someone you might want to hear from and you're kind of wondering what's going on with them as well. Definitely they're bringing up to me there's someone you would want to have a conversation with, or someone who wants to have a conversation with you, where it's been a long time coming and you're very curious as to what they have going on, and vice versa. They probably don't know what you guys have had going on in your life, and they are wanting to know all about that. Some of you guys are going to be starting new jobs, is what I just heard. Like, it feels like there's a lot of energy going on with your work sector too, where I feel like you guys like what you're doing, or there's an invigorated energy. It doesn't feel like you're just bored and stagnant at the job. For a lot of you guys, it's going to be a job where you are enjoying yourself, you're plugged in, and you're kind of excited to show up at work. And I do feel like there's potential within this job. You guys definitely have this potential to earn a lot of money, that's for sure. You did get the King of Pentacles. And we also got the Seven of Pentacles. So you guys don't mind working hard. But I do feel like, I don't know if it's going to be with this job or another for some of you, but either way, I can see this path, and something about this job connects to you guys earning more money and reaching that King of Pentacles. So either it's like a connector job, or there's something about it that's going to point you in that right direction. But I am seeing that path, and I feel like you guys, honestly, you feel invigorated with your job. It feels like you guys don't mind it, or if you don't love it, you don't mind it, you know, you don't hate it. And there's a lot to kind of be gleaned and learned from this job. There's a lot that you guys take away from it that you really, like I said, you really enjoy. A lot of you guys are going to be going outdoors with your dog or your pet. I'm seeing some of you guys have a pet that can go outdoors and can maybe go on a hike with you or something like that. And you guys are going to be going to some kind of park or something. And yeah, just spending time outdoors. I don't know if this is an outdoorsy pile, but it definitely feels like you're going to be spending time outdoors. So let's shuffle some cards and get some more cards for pile 3 as far as what's going on in the month of July. What's going on in the month of July? So we got Mystic Healer, healing energy flows through you, choosing your path. All is possible, traveling lightly, simplify your life, and healing energy flows through you. Honestly, a lot of you guys in this pile feel very focused to me on career. Like you are, as I'm saying that, in the flow. Like you're just very focused and you honestly feel happy with that. Like it doesn't feel to me like you guys are like, oh, I hate my job and I need to have this downtime off. I feel like whatever this is about your job, you at least don't mind it. And a lot of you guys might very well actually enjoy it. But I still am seeing you guys do a lot of exploring of the natural nature around you, maybe going on hikes, going on, it could even be something like a picnic, but for a lot of you guys, it's going to be something active like hiking around and exploring, and maybe going like tubing down a river, or wakeboarding or something like that. Yeah, that's a really strong energy. And I feel like you guys have a good head on your shoulders where you're working, and you're very aware that like not every single month can be like the wild month where you're going kind of crazy and you're just getting to enjoy and sit back and chill. So you kind of take your moments of quiet and your moments of fun where you can get them. And it's not to say that you're not going to have any fun. That's definitely not true at all. And I do feel like you guys will be having fun for sure. But I also feel like you have a good perspective on things of like, okay, but I also have to have my job, and I also have to take care of my pets if I have one. And there's a lot of responsibility around you guys, which I think your guides and stuff are kind of commending you on that you have a great balance of that this month. You take time to see friends and family. Some of you guys are going to be going home to visit family is what I just heard. But you're also at your job and being productive and keeping up with all of those responsibilities. And so they're really happy with that. And I feel like you guys are possibly planning something in the future. So it might not be like this is the month where you're out and about and doing all the activities activities or all the fun stuff that you want to do. Maybe you have like a big trip planned at another time, and this is the month where you're like, okay, I gotta lead up to this. But honestly, I feel like a lot of you guys live in a very beautiful area where there's some access to the outdoors or something, and you're taking advantage of that. So I keep seeing someone like walking on a beautiful hiking trail, or having a picnic at a picnic table, or laying in the green grass, that kind of a thing, and just really taking that time to enjoy. So as the card says, everything is smooth sailing. And a lot of you guys honestly are focused on your bag, and you're focused on making money. You're focused on making sure that the career is going well, and that's like a main focus for you. So rest assured that seems to be moving ahead really nicely. Honestly, I'm seeing that some of you guys live in a really beautiful place. And Spirit is saying that you guys should take full advantage of wherever you live and make sure that you're really living it to the fullest, and not just kind of letting it pass you by. Like, make sure that if you do live in a beautiful location, that you take time to actually enjoy it, which I think a lot of you guys are going to do. But just in case you, for some reason, are like going to work a lot or whatever, make sure you take some time to like lay in the grass and chill and relax a little bit, which I think you guys will take time for that anyway. This also feels like this pile has some artistic leaning. So some of you guys might be painting or writing or even songwriting, something like that, because I feel like you guys are very artistic and very inspired by the natural world. And they're telling me that after you go for a walk or something like that, you guys are much more inspired and much more capable of producing art. So don't feel like you have to like lock yourself away in your room and like, I have to force myself to write, because maybe that little short, quick walk you could take outside is going to like recharge your creative juices and make you so much more likely to write something beautiful anyway. So make sure you're actually using that time, and you're not just kind of trying to force yourself to write, but not actually having that inspiration. And I do feel like the natural settings around you will add to that, because you guys a lot of you live in a very beautiful scenic place, and you know, it is this gorgeous time of year for most of us, so why not take full advantage of it? So let's get some additional cards and see what else Spirit wants to bring up for pile 3 for July 2022, or whenever you're watching this. We got Netcaster, preparations come to fruition, mindful, group think. Some of you guys are getting to see friends and family that you haven't seen for a while, and it feels like a beautiful, even family reunion vibes. I could see that, like seeing family that you haven't seen in a while. Moon Maiden, new beginnings. Horseman, Herald of Change. That's interesting because we got new beginnings and then Herald of Change. Stranger, curiosity. So maybe some of you guys are going to be meeting someone new. Can you clarify the new beginnings card, Spirit? What is that about? The fates. Okay, that's kind of interesting. But again, that's what sticks out to me about that as well, is that it says writing on it. And I do feel like a lot of you guys in this pile are gifted writers or creatives. And there's stuff, I'm also seeing some of you guys are gifted photographers. And so something about this being outdoors is really going to add to that really strongly. But I almost feel like some of you guys, you're going out to like parties and stuff, but it might be with the same kind of group, like you know everyone. Like you're not going out and pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and meeting brand new people. Maybe, like I said, you're going to like a family reunion, or you're going to see all your same old high school friends or your college friends or something. And I think Spirit is saying like, take a little time if you don't mind, you know, doing this, like go outside of your comfort zone. Maybe you might have to force yourself like to go to a new bar or a new restaurant or talk to someone new. Or if you meet someone new, don't be afraid to strike up that conversation and to really open yourself up a little bit. Because I do feel like there's a really cool opportunity for allowing someone new in and kind of shaking up the energy here. Although honestly, the energy feels good and very stable. It just, you know, it's always nice to mix things up every once in a while. And so I feel like that would be a nice aspect or a nice thing to add back in. Is like, yeah, some new energy to shake it up. Some of you guys are thinking about a move, not everyone. And I feel like that move might take place a little bit later. And there's a message here about you guys planning for it or getting ready for it, or starting to get those logistics in order for the move to take place later. But honestly, this pile, I could definitely see some Taurus energy here because it feels like you guys are ambitious and earthy. Could also be Capricorn. Virgo as well a little bit, but definitely some earth energy. And I feel like you should know how much living in a natural, beautiful surrounding really makes you feel at ease and at peace. And this feels like a peaceful energy around you, to be honest. Like it feels like this is a very stable time, which I feel like for some of you guys, it was a long time coming. And you need this kind of stability. You need to be able to really relax and kind of chill and take it in and not be stressed out all the time. Maybe your nervous system needed to rest or something like that. But honestly, it feels really, really good that you guys are getting a little bit of time off in a way from having been really stressed for a while. So let me get some more cards. I'm going to pull it from this deck and see what else Spirit has to say for pile 3. So we got the thinking woman. Yeah, a lot of you guys are writers, deep thinkers. Maybe you're thinking of writing a book. And I'm definitely seeing this emphasis on family. Some of you guys are just going to be spending time with your family. Some of you guys have families. You might be moms or dads, and you have kids, and you're spending a lot of time with them. And I just heard fur babies, so maybe you have little pets around as well, but you're going to be enjoying your time with them. And I'm really feeling like that means a whole lot to you guys. So having those family barbecues, having those nights where you know, have everyone sitting around the fire and or sitting out by the dock or whatever. It's just a really nice little cozy vibe. And yeah, I feel like your family means the world to you guys. So like I said, don't be afraid if like someone random kind of comes in. Again, I'm not saying you should let some random person walk up off the street, but like if it makes sense, like if you're, you know, waiting in line at the checkout and someone strikes up a conversation with you, or if you're, you know, out at a, I don't know, golf course and someone wants to talk to you, like be open to that. And maybe there's some magic or a new friend that could come in for you guys this month. But a lot of you guys, I feel, are really happy with your current situation. You're not even looking for that much new energy. It's not like you have a lack or a feeling of like, oh, I wish someone would come in. I'm so bored. I'm so lonely. It feels like you're pretty happy. Your family is a major support to you guys, or for a lot of you guys, it takes up a lot of your kind of life and your emotional space. And I feel like a lot of you guys do have dreams of writing or creating art, and they are saying you have a natural gift for that. So if you have been called to write, then they are telling me you guys are deep thinkers and that you guys see things that no one else would notice or see. So you have a real vision that so many people in this world could really share and could really learn from, and would just be delighted to be able to be let into your world in that way. So if you have felt the urge to put pen to paper or to type something up on your laptop and put it out there, I think you guys should, because I'm hearing you guys are very creative and you have these incredible visions and ideas and stuff like that. So I feel like a lot of you guys just imagine or invent stories in your mind. And again, they're telling me they're quite good. And some of you guys, I'm hearing, listen to a lot of audiobooks or something with an audiobook. You might write an audiobook or put together an audiobook. But I think a lot of you guys would have great success with that. You might also have a pleasant voice and you would sound great reading an audiobook, but there's some connection to that for you. So I feel like, again, don't be afraid to let those creative juices start flowing, kick them into gear by doing something outdoors. Because I also have heard that you guys like you need a lot of peace and quiet to kind of get things done, to kind of go into the flow zone. And it's funny, we did get in the flow. And I think that phrase actually came about in reference to doing creative work, because when you're in the flow, so to speak, of like playing the violin, if you're a violinist, or painting, or doing creative stuff, and you're like really a very creatively talented person, then it's funny, they measured the brain waves, and it's like the same type of brain waves in a really advanced artist doing their thing and immersed in their work and in quote unquote flow state as a like Buddhist monk in the midst of meditating, which I think is so cool. That's why I've always said I think that doing spiritual work and doing creative work, there's a lot of energetic similarities in my opinion. I do believe that when you're really doing high level creative work, truly like high level art, and like by that I just mean art that, you know, really transports you and feels very singular of all different forms, then I think you're using that same part of your brain that we do for the spiritual work. You're kind of connecting to the other dimensions and bringing it down and channeling, in my opinion. And I feel like a lot of you guys can do that. You guys might also be good channelers, honestly. You might have a spiritual ability where if you wanted to read tarot and stuff like that, you could. I just think you guys have a lot of these kinds of gifts in these areas. So yeah, let me get some additional cards. I think, which ones? Yeah, these. Okay, let me get these. Okay, let's see what's going on for pile 3 in the month of July. We got rainbow, waterfall, miracles, more of that outdoorsy energy, earth spirit. You guys are such an earth energy. Aspen spirit, courage, toadstools, growth. Maybe you guys go mushroom collecting, or some of you guys might want to do that. Water spirit. All these things are just so outdoorsy. Wood nymph. As I'm saying that, we get wood nymph. You guys are like wood nymphs. Maybe you are spiritually connected to wood nymphs. And secret spring success. Also, you guys, I think, are going to earn a lot of money, and that is earth energy. So it's funny, earth energy in astrology is connected to the literal earth and being outdoors, but it's also connected to wealth, which a lot of people wouldn't necessarily associate those two. Like pitching a tent in the middle of the woods as the same thing as being a millionaire. But as far as astrology is concerned, they are linked, because money is kind of the energy of this earth, you know? It is the currency of energy that we use on this planet. So it does relate to the earth. And so anyway, I think a lot of you guys are going to be quite successful. And honestly, they want me to tell you, you guys are doing a great job at your job, or you guys really are doing a great job at your work. Or if some of you guys are unemployed, you will do an amazing job. That you guys in this pile are highly efficient. You get the job done. You're really good at committing to something and making sure that it gets done well. You're not lazy at all. And you give your all really to everything. And so they want to acknowledge that, what an asset you are to any kind of company or any kind of position that you're placed in, that you really do an incredible job. And you're very supportive to those around you. They also want you to know that, how supportive you are, and very loving. And very calm. That's the main thing, because I feel like a lot of the people around you might have been quite volatile and the type to fly off the handle. And I feel like in reaction to that, some of you guys have made yourselves like incredibly calm and incredibly chill and very relaxed. So like almost people could throw anything at you or be really upset or, you know, be freaking out about something, and you would always just be like, oh, okay, well, let's deal with it this way, and like always react well. And they want you to know how much the people around you, that means to them. Like they can rely on you, they can trust you in that sense. And it's just really wonderful for them that they have someone who's going to be calm and who's going to react in such a positive way to things. But as far as July goes, I am seeing that wedding or a lot of family functions for you guys really enjoying spending time in nature, writing or working on your creative projects and moving ahead with that, and then continuing the really excellent and great work that you guys have done at work. Some of you guys have a vacation planned for later in the year, and you understand that July is just the time for you guys to be continuing working and for you guys to be continuing on this excellent path that you guys are on, that's going to lead to that King of Pentacles energy. So your guides and spirit is really happy with you, and they're just kind of what is the word? Just congratulating you, I guess, on the wonderful and excellent job you've done and path that you're on, and that you guys are going to indeed end up in the place you want with all the success and abundance you want. But yeah, I think July sounds like a great month I think you guys should spend as much time outdoors as you can. Enjoy the beautiful surroundings where you live and make sure you soak up that energy, because I think you guys connect very well to the earth. So I really hope that helped, pile 3. Let me know if it did in the comments, and make sure to give this reading a big thumbs up, and make sure you're subscribed and have those notifications on so you find out as soon as I post. And if you guys want to check out my additional readings, you can check out my Patreon. The link is in my description for that. I just posted a reading all about what's changing in your life, so it's a great one for you guys to check out in pile 3. And if you want a private reading with me, I'm booked for the rest of the month, but I do have some openings next month. So check out that if you want to get a spot with me, and you can just book it in advance. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sending you guys so much love and light, and I will see you guys in the next reading. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye. Hey pile 4, so for your tarot, you guys got the Page of Cups reversed, Strength, the Hermit, 10 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, and the Page of Swords. So honestly, for a lot of you guys, I feel like you guys are very focused on working hard this month, and possibly in hermit mode. It feels like you guys don't mind spending that time alone so long as you get your stuff done. Like, I feel like you guys are my goal-oriented pile, really going after something, really eyes on the prize, and you don't mind if you're temporarily not living the life of your dreams in order to achieve what you need to achieve. Like, I feel like you guys are very long-term focused. There's a lot of earth energy here, honestly. Definitely Capricorn energy. I would also be able to see Capricorn or Taurus, but it feels like you guys have a very good head on your shoulders of understanding that, like, you're not necessarily going to be out partying every night, but you're working towards something, and it feels like you guys are making really strong forward momentum on that. I could also see this being my spiritual pile, because I do feel that sometimes when someone is spiritually ascending, spirit tends to isolate them as a means of protection, so they kind of have that alone time to get downloads. And honestly, I feel like you guys have a very good head on your shoulders about this, because spirit is telling me that you guys are building wealth and accumulating the knowledge that you will use in this business. You guys kind of understand that a lot of downloads come to you when you're alone, and when you have that you're not just surrounded by everyone all the time and constantly with a packed schedule and doing things. It feels like if your schedule is packed, it's going to be packed, honestly, with kind of work, getting stuff done, and keeping busy in that way. But again, I feel like you guys don't mind it, because I'm seeing a very long-term vision that you guys have. I'm literally seeing you guys hold this idea in your head, like, just as we can see on the image of the Page of Pentacles, how he's holding it up. Like, I just feel like that's you guys, like, staring at this idea you have for where you want to be financially, or for this business, or whatever it is, and keeping that in mind and letting that take precedence over everything. And I feel like you guys are going to achieve that, but it feels like this is another month where you guys are making those moves, making that progress, and very much in the process of being kind of alone, working alone, and being very diligent about this. And so, yeah, I think honestly, it's very positive, although it might not feel like the most exciting month, but you guys are making really good progress, and you're prioritizing that discipline and that hard work over your emotional state with that Page of Cups reversed. So that also can be a message, though, that maybe it is important for you guys in this pile, because we do need some balance. So maybe for you guys in this pile, you know, if you get a random instinct, I just saw someone going to the movies in the middle of the day, which is by far my favorite time to go to the movies. Like, I love going on like a Tuesday at like 11 a.m. when no one's around, or it's like all way older people. So if you get a weird instinct to do that, and that's a possibility, or to, you know, randomly go to a park in the middle of the day, or to randomly take off and see a friend, or have a little bit of a break, or I'm seeing for some of you guys, you might not even want to meet up with people. That might not be your personality, but maybe you're like, I want to go read at a cafe and order a nice little meal for myself and like read a book. And if you get the instinct or the urge to do that, I definitely feel like you guys should, because I think you should know that this thing you guys are working on, and I think you do know this, but keep in mind and remind yourself that it's not going to happen overnight. So you don't need to put so much pressure on yourself and stress so much about every single day. How much did I get done? Like, I feel like sometimes you guys drive yourselves crazy and you push yourself so hard and you have such stringent standards for yourself, and you're very tough on yourself of like, I want to achieve this. I need to be doing X amount of work today. I didn't do that. And so I'm a failure. And Spirit is like, it's going to happen, but it's going to happen in due time, in divine timing. So if you knew that, you'd probably relax a little bit more. I'm reminded of that trip I took last year. If any of you guys were watching me last year, I know a lot of you guys were around at that point, but some of you guys are new. But all the flower images I have are from that trip, like the flower thumbnails with the flowers decorating it. And I was on a beautiful vacation, but honestly, the whole time I kept thinking about like, oh, I need to make sure I film and stick to my schedule. And now I look back and I'm like, what a beautiful trip that was. And I really didn't enjoy it. And the only time I kind of calmed down was when I got poison ivy. And I kind of think Spirit did that on purpose so that I would like chill and relax and actually like lay down in bed and give myself some rest, because I was just going so hard trying to fit in filming, then trying to make sure I like engaged in activities on my downtime. So I was really trying to find time to edit. So I was really burning the candle at both ends. And I think Spirit doesn't really like that. I think Spirit wants us to make sure we really take in life also, because that's the thing, is it was a beautiful trip. And I wish I had like taken it in more rather than constantly thinking about next thing I have to do and my to-do list and what else was going on and like small little dramas that were happening. You know, it's so easy to get wrapped up in that stuff and not take in like, wow, this is a beautiful location and it's July. And for a lot of parts of the world, like the sun is out and the flowers are out and it's so beautiful. So we can get so focused and wrapped in on, I have to like get this done. And our emotional state can be determined by that as well. Like how we're feeling can be determined by how much work we got done. So I feel like there's a really strong message for some of you guys that if you get this chance or opportunity to kind of pause and take a break, do that and take in what it looks like, because I'm hearing for a lot of you guys, it's very beautiful this time of year for you. So you need to make sure that you're not missing out on that, because you guys might regret that later. You might be like, oh my God, I don't even have any memories from that year because I was just working my tail off. And yes, I got it done, but you would probably get it done regardless, right? So why not enjoy? And yeah, so I feel like a lot of you guys, you would be surprised that, like, again, the divine timing is going to come in at a certain time anyway. So if you knew that, then you would kind of chill out a little and relax and make that time for yourself. With the Page of Swords, though, you guys are accumulating knowledge as well. I feel about certain things. Like, I feel like some of you guys are really learning a certain skill or developing your knowledge, maybe reading a lot this month or watching documentaries. It just feels like there's an emphasis on knowledge, alone time, and growing yourself, learning more every day. And perhaps this has to do also with that Page of Pentacles at the same time, where the learning the knowledge is linked in with this money or this business endeavor or whatever you guys are trying to master. So there's some kind of correlation between learning more about this and then being able to make more money with this. Maybe some of you guys are in school or trying to master, like get a extra degree or certification or something with your career, or you're just learning a subject that's going to aid a lot, like there's some kind of technical mastery or extra details. I know certain like lawyers and stuff will study on the side different case laws because it's important that they keep abreast of everything and stay up to date with like rulings and stuff, and doctors do that too. So I feel like you guys might be working in a field, or whatever this field of knowledge is, the intellectual growth is correlated to the earning potential. And again, you guys are going to get there, but there's like planning, mental planning happening as well this month. Let me get some cards and figure out more of what's going on for pile 4. Okay, let's get from this deck what's happening for pile 4 in July, Spirit. What's happening for pile 4 in July? So we got protected by angels, joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. Journey by moonlight, believe in magic. So again, Spirit does want you to take a little bit more time out to really relax a little and have that time when you look after yourself and you're not just paying attention to the brass tacks of things. They want you to find some joy and delight in this world and to actually look after yourself in that emotional way. I think some of you guys in this pile, like you guys are very almost like hard on yourselves, and your angels really want you to know that they are around you, your angels and your ancestors, and how much they appreciate and respect everything you guys are doing, and that you guys are cherished. If you don't have anyone around to tell you that or to make you feel that way, you should know that you are cherished and that they really see you as so beautiful and special. And you might not be in an energy where anyone is telling you that right now or treating you that way. Maybe you feel very looked over. And it just seems like it's a tough energy around you a little bit. But your angels and your team on the other side is coming through to remind you of how special you are, and that if you're around people who don't recognize that now, that they will be forced to recognize that in the future when you guys reach this level of success, which you guys definitely are going to reach. So yeah, just be aware of that this is temporary. Let's get more cards. Spirit, what messages, what's going on in July for pile 4? Distant thunder, clear the air, breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand, and answering the call, the time is now. I really think with that time is now energy, again, to me, what comes to mind is that, you know, life is happening right now as we speak, right? We have a limited amount of time on earth. So it's not to say just be lazy and just live for the moment and just, you know, spend your day watching TV and doing whatever feels good in that moment. But I do think we need to think about that life is fleeting, and we don't necessarily just want to live it just holed up inside and just like studying or reading. And of course, some of these eras are temporary, and we have temporary pain that benefits us long term. And I think you guys understand that really well. But seriously, like, you guys need to take time to go for a walk or read, and they want you to know that you deserve that, because some of you guys are just like workaholics. And even when you indulge, you don't like fully indulge. Like, you wouldn't take the time out to like actually walk to a little sidewalk cafe or to, you know, maybe go on a quick vacation. You guys are the type that you just kind of want to be like, okay, sure, I'll take a break. Okay, I'm gonna go take a 15-minute break and like browse online, and and that's not really like a full break. You know, you're not fully detoxed and relaxed and feeling amazing afterwards. So yeah, like, take the time to spend a little time in nature and ground yourself, or take the time to treat yourself to something really fun, because I think that's going to actually help you anyway long term with this. But if you are working hard, I do think that there might be a breakthrough coming this month. You guys might find yourself moving forward with something with this career and also with Distant Thunder. I feel like some of you guys, yeah, you're like not treated that well by the people around you. So maybe there's an emphasis on like being honest and just saying how you feel and not holding yourself in, because I feel like you guys are very disciplined in this pile. So Spirit wants you guys to make sure you're looking after yourself a little more, because you guys, I feel you're very disciplined to the point where like when hardships happen to you, you might even blame yourself or just be like, oh, well, whatever. And it's like, no, it's not always whatever. And sometimes you need to speak up and say like, hey, I'm not being treated right, or this is unfair and it needs to be addressed now. And I think that would make things easier for you if you guys are dealing with an unfair situation like that. So let me get some more cards for you guys. Let's go with this deck. Spirit, what can you tell us about pile 4 for July? What messages do we have for pile 4 for July? If we have any messages, because no cards are coming out. Okay. Benefactor, grace and generosity. Overflow, overwhelm and plenty. Dragon's Hoard. Wow. Some of you guys just needed a message of reassurance for July that you guys are going to be so successful one day. And when we got the benefactor card, I heard that the universe is your benefactor and the universe is looking after you guys in this pile. So if you're feeling again like you're surrounded by some unfair energy, people who are treating you badly, people who are looking down at you or not respecting you the way they should, know that you will be paid back for all of that injustice and misfortune. And the universe is going to bless you. Spirit is going to bless you times 7 for all the wrongs done to you. So I feel like your hard work is going to pay off and you guys are headed for a way brighter future. We also got the 9 of Pentacles. So again, I didn't want to like focus on it too much because there were other messages coming through, but combined with these cards, I definitely feel like it's a message of reassurance and wealth to you that you are going to have this massive success one day, and that your enemy, I just heard your enemies are going to have to watch. So as we say in Psalm 23, he prepareth me a table in the presence of mine enemies, or as my version of that, and if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up. So, kind of the same level of poetry there, but I think that, yeah, they're going to have to see, they're going to have to deal with it, and they can be mad, but oh well. But you guys are going to build up a lot of wealth, a lot of abundance, and so much success. You're already building that. Let me get some more cards from this stack. Spirit, can you give us more guidance for pile? Oh my God, just the same message. Wow. And that, to me, I read it, even though it says wailing tree reconciliations, I actually read it as waiting tree. That's the first time it's ever appeared to me as that, but like it was sideways and it looked like the waiting tree. And I feel like that's the message they want me to confer to you, is like, right now you're in a period of, I'm seeing a waiting room in my mind. I'm seeing like a holding room where someone goes temporarily and then they get let through to like the main area. And that's where you guys are at right now. You're in a waiting room waiting to be let through. And at the right time, Spirit is going to usher you right in. Just like, the receptionist eventually is like, oh, by the way, he's free now, you can come in. And at the right time, when everything is good, you'll be allowed through the doors to your appointment. And I feel like that's the thing for you guys, is like you're in a holding place right now. You're not ready for the full success and abundance that you're going to get. So just understand that and don't be upset that you're like, oh God, another hermit card coming out for another reading. Like, oh, I'm so bored with this energy. I want something exciting to happen. But I'm hearing a lot of you guys are being protected. I hear that also you guys are very psychic in this pile. And they just said you wouldn't want to, some of you guys, you wouldn't want to date or be around anyone who's not the one anyway. Like you might complain about like, oh, I'm lonely or bored or whatever, but actually they just told me you don't like anyone. You don't like dealing with a lot of people. Like someone's energy has to be amazing for you to enjoy it, because you guys are very empathic, and you absorb other people's energies like a sponge. So if they are not, acting right, or they don't have a good energy, you are not going to tolerate it. You're not going to turn a blind eye to it. You don't want to hang out just to have something to do, or just to be able to post it on Instagram, or just to be able to show off like, oh, I have friends and people like me. You don't really care about the opinions of others or fitting in. So they want me to remind you of that like, this isn't even a problem for you. Don't let other people make you think it's a problem. Don't let other people get in your head about like, well, you should be doing this, or like, I can't believe you don't have a boyfriend, or like, you're always inside studying. And it's like, yeah, I am. And that's how it is right now. And I'm building. I'm in the process of building, and it's going to pay off later. So like I said, take that time out for yourself to do what you truly want, but also don't let yourself whip yourself into a frenzy of, I have to be doing this, or I should be doing that, or everyone else is doing this. So what's wrong with me? Because I feel like for some of you guys, maybe you were spiritual leaders in past lives, or you're very just spiritually awake and aware in this life. But it seems to me like you don't like to be around, I'm hearing the masses. So I don't know if that's from your guides, but they just said you don't like the masses. So I guess that means the masses of people, a lot of people. So you don't like the average person that you meet. You're probably like, oh gosh, no, like, you don't have good spiritual hygiene, and I just can't deal with this. You're not taking cleansing baths, and your energy's off, that kind of a thing. Let me get some more cards for pile 4. Spirit, what is going on with pile 4? Transmutation. So you guys are changing. You're changing a lot and growing and coming into your own. I think this is a process for you that's not just this month, but it's an extended process. And we got leadership as well. Transcending, transmutation. There's a lot of growth happening. Uncertainty and prosperity. So there's uncertainty right now, but this energy that you're in currently is going to lead to prosperity later. And you guys are going through a transformation process to prepare you, I think, for that. So I think that's what's going on, is like you're going to have to, it's just like if you want to make a lot of money, a lot of times you have to go into a field where it takes a lot of education, like a lawyer or like a doctor. So you can't just roll up off the street and be like, hey, I want to be a surgeon. Give me the knife. Let me dig into this person. Like, you have to obviously know what you're doing and go through all this training. And then and only then are they willing to pay you a lot of money to do the work of a surgeon, but you can't just jump into it. And that's because someone has to be prepared to be at that level. They have to have the knowledge base to know everything, so that if something goes wrong during the surgery, they know how to fix it. They have to know what all the different intricate body parts are. And then that's when they've earned the money. And I feel like that's what you guys are doing. You are learning to provide some kind of great service that not everyone could do. And honestly, they just told me you're a cut above. I don't mean to be a snob, but I just feel like you need to have this reassurance that you guys are doing something important, and that this period of waiting and like seemingly nothingness, I just heard nothingness, because sometimes I think you guys do get bored, or you're like, what the heck is happening? There's nothing going on in my life, that it is going to pay off at the end. And I just heard a message for some of you guys that if you're bored but you're not working on anything, then that is a problem. So for those of you guys who got this pile, but you're like, well, I'm not really working on anything, understand that again, there's divine timing. So Spirit might bring you something like your mission, your task later on, but you should be in an energy of learning whatever it may be, whatever you may be interested in. Whether you love numbers and you just randomly want to read up on the tax code, or, you know, I don't know, like some level of math. I don't even know any other field of math because I do not like it as a subject. But maybe you like law and you guys are randomly reading like legal documents, or maybe you are, you know, reading up on astrology or something. You know, all those things I feel are preparing you guys for some path. So it's okay if you don't know exactly how those are going to be utilized yet, but everyone in this pile should be working on something, developing themselves in some way, you know, growing themselves mentally and intellectually in some way. And that's very important for you guys. So if you're not really doing that, then that is a red flag, and that might lead to unhappiness, but you can fix that quickly by starting to learn. And again, you don't have to know exactly what it is or exactly what the path is going to be, but just having, and I just looked at my clock, it says 444 for me, or it did. But for a lot of you guys, you need to have some, I think what it is sometimes it's just following your interests, following something you randomly are interested in, whatever that is, whatever the case may be. It's okay if it's something random, but that at least you have something that you kind of pay attention to, that captures your interest, that has you excited to learn more. Whether you can see how you'll make a career out of it, it's okay if you don't, but you should be growing your mind in some way. And if you guys are already growing and learning and you know exactly what I'm talking about already, then you're definitely well on the way on that path, and that's a really good thing. But yeah, I think in July, I don't know that there's a whole lot happening. It definitely seems like a lot of you guys are continuing in an energy that I feel like has been going on for a while, where you're kind of in hermit mode, learning, growing, glowing up, and it is going to pay off in the end. So rest assured on that. So I really hope that helped. Pile 4, let me know if it did in the comments. I love hearing from you guys, and make sure to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. And if you Ugh, I can't talk. If you guys want to see more of my videos, you can also check out my Patreon, link in my description for that. And I post all my additional readings over there, including I just posted an extended reading, and the day before that posted all about what's changing in your life. So there's a lot of great content over there. So definitely check it out, you guys. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you guys in the next reading. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye.